Hey everyone, welcome to our camp with another recap. Today, I want to tell you the story of one of Jim Carrey's most nostalgic movies, Mr. Popper's Penguins. The story begins with Tom staying connected to his father through a walkie-talkie. His father is a world traveler. Just before Tom's birthday, his father calls. He apologizes and says he's found something extremely valuable, which means he won't be able to make it to his birthday. Years later, Tom has grown up and become a successful real estate broker. His assistant Pippi manages his schedule. That day, Tom has a meeting with a property owner, but at the last minute the man backs out. Being a master persuader, Tom notices a photo of the man sailing and quickly comes up with a plan. He tells him tales of his father's travels, painting vivid pictures of faraway seas and grand adventures. To make it even more convincing, Tom invents a dramatic and spooky sea story.
Like a gentle giant.
It works, and the man agrees to sell. The bosses are thrilled with Tom's work, but there's another property he needs to close.
Sexy!
Tom visits his ex-wife Amanda. The kids were supposed to spend the week with him. Billy adores his dad and seems happy. But Janie is caught up in a messy relationship with a boy. Instead of listening, Tom lectures her and she storms off angry. In the end, Tom screws up and spends the week solo. As soon as he gets home, his father's lawyer calls. Tom goes to his office and learns that his father has died in Antarctica. In his will, he left Tom a special gift. The next morning, that gift arrives.
A souvenir.
When Tom opens the crate, he sees what looks like a stuffed penguin. His phone rings, and moments later, he realizes that the penguin is alive. Shocked, Tom picks it up,
I'll call you back.
only for the penguin to poop on his shoes. He dumps it in an ice-filled bathtub until he can figure out what to do. On his way out, he accidentally kicks the crate, knocking a letter under the table without noticing it. Later, Tom meets Van Gundy, who will only sell her restaurant to someone who values family. Tom tries his usual smooth talk, but she isn't impressed and refuses. Meanwhile, back at his apartment, the penguin has turned on the faucet and flooded the bathroom. When Tom returns, he calls the sender to return the penguin, but the connection breaks up and the man mistakes Tom's words as an order for 5 more penguins.
I have to send the penguin back.
Saying a penguin.
Yes, send penguin, send penguin. I told you 5 times I have to send the penguin.
Tom opens the bathroom door, gets blasted back by the water, and his entire apartment floods. He calls animal control, but they have no idea what to do with a penguin. Late at night, Tom falls asleep on the couch, and by morning, he's jolted awake by Captain's beautiful sound. Furious, he kicks the penguin out, but the doorman spots it in the hallway and shows Tom the security footage. Tom is forced to take it back and bribe him so much to stay quiet. While preparing Billy's birthday present, another package arrives. Tom opens the package and Captain runs out. After that, more penguins come out of the box. Finally, Tom grabs Captain, but then he hears strange noises around the apartment and finds another penguin in the bathroom making terrifying sounds. The whole house is filled with penguins, and Tom has no idea what to do with them. The doorbell rings. Panicked, Tom cracks open a can of sardines to distract them. At the door, Amanda and the kids arrive for Billy's birthday. Tom asks for a moment, but Janie assumes, as always, that he forgot. Then suddenly, a penguin waddles up to the door and Billy thinks it's his birthday present. Now there are 6 penguins in the apartment. When Janie asks their names, Tom quickly invents some, naming the first penguin from his father, Captain. The kids start playing, and Tom tells Amanda they're a gift from his dad. At that moment, Nat from the zoo shows up. He immediately recognizes the penguins as a rare breed and wants to take them away. Tom insists they must stay for Billy's birthday and promises to call later. Billy makes Tom promise they'll stay, and Tom agrees. The next morning, Tom wakes up to find all the penguins asleep in his bed. One of them switches on the TV and they all watch Chaplin films together. Seeing them distracted, Tom sneaks off to work. The bosses, unimpressed with delays, push him to close the Van Gundy deal as soon as possible. Tom promises he will. Tom takes the kids and penguins to the park. At home, he leaves all the doors open so the apartment stays cold enough for the penguins. Amanda stops by, saying she plans to go on vacation for a few weeks with her new boyfriend. After she leaves, Tom is downhearted. Even the kids notice he's still in love with Amanda, though he isn't sure she feels the same. The next morning, Tom hires a nanny to watch the penguins. All she has to do is let them watch Chaplin films. After Tom leaves, the nanny changes the channel, and the penguins freak out. She runs off with 6 panicked penguins chasing right behind her. The doorman sees all 6 of them coming out of the elevator and heading into the street. Just as Tom is persuading Van Gundy at an event, the penguins show up again.
Precisely. And I have...
Tom quickly steers her away and manages to get into the elevator with her just in time, but Captain slips on a puddle of water, soaking the floor. They all slip across the water and crash right into the band stage as if they just joined the music group. Tom rushes out of the building with the penguins chasing after him. That's when Van Gundy realizes it was all Tom's doing. They return home while Nat secretly watches their every move. After last night's disaster, Tom starts training them, trying everything he can find online. People on the street are shocked to see Tom walking with penguins, but to him, it's become normal. When the kids visit, Tom puts on a little show, and at last he's managed to teach the penguins a few tricks. Just then, Janie gets a text from her crush inviting her to the dance, and she's thrilled. They all go out to buy her a dress. While Janie is busy trying on outfits, Tom and Billy have nothing to do. When they return, they find that the penguins have laid 3 eggs. Tom shares the news with Amanda. At last, he works up the courage to invite her to dinner. Sitting at the table, his eyes keep drifting to a certain table that reminds him of his father. That table is special to him, but it also brings back the sting of his father's absences. After dinner, Tom and Amanda go ice skating and have a wonderful evening. When Tom comes home, he finds Nat has broken in without permission. Nat wants to take the penguins, but Tom insists they've bonded with him. Nat argues they'll bond with anyone who feeds them, and to prove it, he pulls out a fish. Tom gets angry and throws him out. The next morning, Tom fills the entire apartment with snow to prepare for the penguin chicks to hatch. One night, 2 chicks finally emerge, but the 3rd egg remains unhatched. Days pass with no sign. Tom keeps watch day and night, trying every trick he's read online, but nothing works. At last, he calls Nat, who tells him the 3rd chick has died. Heartbroken, Tom decides to hand the penguins over to Nat for safekeeping. When Amanda and the kids arrive, they discover the penguins are gone. They're furious with Tom because he'd promised to keep them. Tom is left alone and miserable again. The next morning, on his way to work, Tom drops his keys. When he bends down to pick them up, he finds the letter that had fallen under the table. It's from his father asking Tom to take care of the penguins because after living with them for a while, he wouldn't be able to bear being separated from them. The kids were supposed to go with Tom to a conference, but instead he tells the driver to take them to the zoo.
Driver, take us to the zoo.
What?
He's determined to get his penguins back. On the way, Janie forces him to call Amanda and admit he still loves her. Tom calls, tells her they're going to bring back their old friends, and says she needs to come too. Then he adds that once it's all over, he wants to ask her out again. Amanda thinks it over and decides to give him another chance. When they arrive, they can't find the penguins. Tom storms into Nat's office. Nat tells him he shipped them off to zoos around the world and it's too late. But then they hear one of the penguins' noises and realize they're all still there. Nat tries to use the same old trick with a fish, but Tom slams the enclosure door and traps him inside. Tom then hatches a plan, and together they manage to free the penguins, but guards are everywhere. During the escape, they duck into a toy store. Captain gets his foot caught on a kite string and falls behind. The guards catch sight of it, but Captain hops into an elevator which luckily starts moving at that exact moment. Pippi distracts one of the guards by pretending to faint. They head toward the exit, but Nat spots them and alerts the guards. They sprint at full speed and just barely make it out the door. Tom slams the iron gate shut, trapping Nat inside. Amanda realizes Captain isn't with them. The guards have cornered him on the rooftop. With no other option, Captain jumps off while gliding with the kite still tied to him and lands safely on the roof of their car.
I can't believe that.
They pile in and drive off. Nat hijacks another car and chases after them. Tom and the others make it to the restaurant auction.
Do you like that? The slow motion effect.
Nat shows up there too. They decide to let the penguins choose for themselves. Nat again pulls out a fish, certain they'll go to him. But after a few seconds, they all waddle toward Tom. Nat is utterly humiliated even in front of the police. Defeated, he leaves. Mrs. Van Gundy tells Tom she's decided to sell him the restaurant because she never forgot him and his father visiting there years ago. The company heads want it demolished right away, but Tom decides to restore it instead, making it a peaceful place for himself and his family. In the end, Tom and his family travel to Antarctica with the penguins, deciding to leave them in their natural home. Captain lays another egg, and that's what convinces Tom and his family that they'll keep visiting their feathered friends from time to time. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, you know what to do.